friends. I'm back. I'm here. I know I've been away for a while. Welcome to Flosstube number 35. And let's tuck it right in. If you've got some stitching, put it in hand and we can have a little chat. Whoa! That was the UPS truck driving by. It's sunny out today. The birds are chirping. Spring is officially here in southern Vermont. I've got leaves on the trees today. It's been rainy for the past few days, but now it's beautiful, it's green, and let's get started. For those of you who don't know me, again, my name is Chelsea. I am the owner, operator, and designer of Vermont Stitchy Co. And I do it all by myself. It's just a one-woman operation. So let's get in. So speaking of spring, I have a new finished product. Now it's not fully finished yet, but it is on my Etsy shop right now. The link is in the description box below. But I wanted to show you. It's Hello Spring. You can see the two birds there. I think it's just super, super cute. It is, if memory serves, about five across, 4 tall. But I'm trying to be more intentional about giving myself more space than I need when I cut out my patterns. Now, for those of you who don't know, I like to cut out my not patterns. I like to cut out the Aida first. I don't like to have a big, because I stitch in hand, I don't like to have this massive roll in my hand as I'm stitching things. Other people cut, you know, a half a yard or a quarter of a yard and stitch that way. That's just not my style. So I tried really hard to be intentional about, I think this is a 6x6 square, so that I knew I had enough space and I wouldn't go off, you know, on either side and end up having to rip it out again. I don't like ripping. I don't like, as it's also called, frogging, you know, rip it. I don't like to do that. I like to just cut out the piece that I have and stitch it. So this is the Hello Spring. It's part of that series that I had in mind where I have the H of hello, I'm not going to do the E. I've got a half of one L. I need to do the L and the O, and this would replace the E. So it's all sized, but you don't have, it's individually patterned, so you don't have to do that if you're not interested. But it is on my Etsy shop right now. I'm going to have a Hello Summer, so it's going to look pretty similar. You know, it'll have a vine, it'll have birds, it'll have these stars, and it'll say hello summer, hello fall, and hello winter, but the colors are going to be different for that particular season, so that if you are like me and like to kind of matchy colors and have decor of that theme in the color wheel, this will be really nice. But of course, with cross stitching, you can make it completely your own by just changing the thread that you use. You know, if for the hello fall, if you're like, I want Halloween, that's my, you know, once that first leaf falls down, I'm decorating for Halloween, more than welcome to change it to do black and orange or whatever you want. That's the beauty of cross stitch. You do you, boo. Okay, I want to show you what I'm working on now, and I haven't started the Hello Summer yet. I needed a little bit of inspiration to get me going again. After I finished the Hello Spring, I just stopped doing everything, including quilting. So I've got this. This is going to be, it's not on my Etsy shop yet. I normally wait until after I've completed it before I put it on my Etsy shop. But it is an ocean scene with 2 sea turtles that are going to be facing one another, and as if almost to kiss, and there'll be a heart in the middle. Lots of fishies and underwater things happening, but you can see the size. It's let me see really quickly what the size of this will be. I've got it on my computer. 107, sorry, the camera's wiggling because I was using the computer. It's 107 stitches wide by 64 stitches tall. So it's going to be about that tall, roughly, give or take. But this is the width. So again, you can see I've cut out a piece of 14 count Aida. That's what I like to stitch on. I've cut out a piece. I RIT dyed this myself, and I did it in a way that I just dropped the RIT dye in, and I intentionally didn't stir it because I wanted a mottled look. I wanted it to look like the ocean. You know, it's not, I mean, I guess, yes, it's typically one color, but with the sunshine coming through, it can give a variation of color. So that is what I did here. Again, 14 count Aida, RIT dyed. The Aida was just a plain white, and I just RIT dyed it and then let it air dry. You can put it in the oven to set it, but I don't have any problem touching it. I'm rubbing it. There's no blue that comes off. I don't have ever any problems with any of the colors. I've got a gray, a purple, and a blue so far of RIT dye. I've never had any problem with RIT dye after it's dried coming off on my fingers. So if you're interested, definitely give it a try. But this is what I'm working on now, but work has been so busy that I haven't had an opportunity to work on it. You know, when I have the breaks, I only do with my official breaks, and you know, you only get like 15 minutes, so that's not enough to make too much progress in a day. And then by the end of the day, I'm dead tired. My brain is like, let's just read or take a nap, basically. So that's what I've been doing, just dead tired. But I've got the motivation back, so I'm excited with this one. And then afterwards, I'll work on the Hello Summer version of this. In the meantime, again, like I said, you can find Hello Summer or Hello Spring on my Etsy page. I also have this one, which I posted on my Instagram. If you follow me, if not, please follow me on Instagram. So we've got this one here. It's spring. This spring is backstitched. You don't have to put it in if you're not interested, but it's there for you if you want it. So you can see two different types, which is really fun, I think. This is a cat, obviously. If you're into cats like I am, this might be really fun. It's really small, really quick, and you can see they're just about the same size. So I think this will be super fun to do. In addition to these two, I have a little bit larger. This I made last year. So it's on my Etsy shop now. Again, I'll link this and the cat one in the description box below so that you can see it. But let me give you a closer up view. I think that farther away it makes more of an impact. This is quite large. You can see there's a border around it, which you don't have to do. It's wonky, not because it's wrong on the pattern. When I put it on this, it's just a flat piece of sticky board, and when I put it on, I made it wonky. So it looks a little odd here, but in the pattern, I think it's lovely. I like the frog with the darker fabric. Oh, there's a little smudge. Oh, that appears to be hot glue, and I'm not going to rip it out because if I rip it out, I might rip out the stitches. I'm not doing that. So I'll leave it about here. You can't really see it now. There's darker around the frog to give it the impression of a 3D. So you don't have to do the border if you're not interested. If you just like the pattern, then that's awesome. You can do that. The pattern is done in such a way that if you wanted to do more, you could just move these around. You could use a bigger piece and decorate the whole thing, but it's up to you. That's the wonderful thing. Also 14 count Aida RIT dyed blue. You can see it's a little bit more flat in color. There are some deviations in color, just a little bit, but it's more flat as compared to this one here. You can see this has more white and a little bit of some darker bits. So it's just how you dye it. So I think this is super, super cute, super, super fun. It took a long time though. This one does take a long time, not because of the border, but it's the intricacies of this. So if you have the patience, I recommend you give it a try. It's not anything fancy. There's no back stitch. There's no back stitch. There's no French knots. It's all just cross stitching. So if you're interested but looking for something a little bit bigger to test your patience, this might be the one for you. And finally, hold on just a second, I have this. This is again on my Etsy shop. Super, super cute. Now, real talk, I am not perfect. You can see that there is a little bit of error. This is not on the pattern. This is me miscounting. And it's just the way it is. I was in the middle of doing it. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna rip it out. And I keep this and show this, and you know, you can see it here too. This is correct in the pattern, but I made a mistake. And I keep this and I show this because I want people who maybe aren't expert cross stitchers or just brand new, or they do mess up, because we all do, let's be honest, and then they feel really down and bad about themselves. This happens, and I put it up anyways. I hang it up in my house because I'm proud of it. I designed it, yes, but I'm also proud because it does take a little bit of time. It does take effort. It is a lot of work. I don't care that it's not perfect. You know, I know that I messed up, but somebody brand new looking at it, it's like, oh wow, it's quite shocking. It's quite eye-catching. It's, you know, it's impressive. Whether you mess up or not, it doesn't matter. So I did this kind of for springy, kind of for St. Patrick's Day, kind of summer. You've got the same cat here, cat, going for the butterfly. The 4-leaf clovers are here. If you are super into St. Patrick's Day, or you're super Irish and you're like, I like the 4-leaf clovers, I don't like what's in the middle, you don't have to put what's in the middle if you don't want to. It's totally, that's the wonderful thing about cross stitching. Now, in hindsight, if I were to do this again, I would get a smaller hoop, but this is all I had. So it's quite big, and I also would decorate it more. However, you can see, you know, this guy got busted real bad in storage. I had another one right here, also fell off. I need to hot glue it again. And then I think I might put flowers around it, because you know me, I like a good fake flower. So that's something that I might do, but I'm not ashamed of it. It's not perfect by any means, and that's okay. I don't mind. I mean, let's be honest, my life is a hot mess. My house is messy. Nothing about my life is perfect. So why not share it and just be real? It is what it is. I don't know. I'm good at counting, but I also mess up with cross stitching. Counted cross stitch is hard, y'all. It's hard. Let's be honest. So, but I really enjoy it when I'm in a good mood. So this is on my Etsy shop. I will put a link to it in the description below. So if you're interested, if you can see through the mess ups and can see the beauty below, it is on my Etsy shop. And if you're interested, you can definitely purchase it on my Etsy shop. Let's see, that's all I have today for sharing. I know it's been a while. I do apologize. It's just been, you know, sometimes you're in a funk and not in a good mood like I was, and I just wasn't feeling it. But I think I've got my mojo back, my crafty mojo back. I wasn't even quilting. I was just reading a lot. And I think I've got my quilty mojo back and my cross stitch mojo back. So hopefully I'll come back in 2 weeks and show you some more updates. And hopefully I have that sea turtle pattern done. I'm really excited about it. But that, again, the sea turtle one is not on my Etsy shop yet. It won't be until I'm finished. And if you're new to my channel, please hit that like button, hit subscribe. It helps my channel grow. And follow me on Instagram, also linked in the description box below, so you can follow me there under Vermont Stitchico. It's not under my full name, it's just Vermont Stitchico. But I wanted to show you this again. I think this is just super, super cute. Let me give you a close-up. You can see the bluebirds. And if you're not a bluebird person, cardinal's perfectly fine. Whatever bird you're interested in, you can totally change the color. Also, I put it on white. The pattern is stitched on white as well, but you can make this whatever color you're interested in. I think a blue or even a pink would be really nice, a light pink, and then you could change these to a different color. If it's too matchy and you think, oh, I'm not gonna be able to see these with the pink, change them. I think it's great. A nice aqua, like the wall here, I think would be really nice as well. Very spring, but I chose white intentionally because the hello is going to be all white. So I wanted them to match. And so hello summer, hello fall, and hello winter are all going to be white so that I can interchange them with every season and it's seamless. But if you want to make the hello a specific color, you can. So for example, here's the H in hello. I think this would be really, really cool on a black background with white. I think that would be really, really awesome, and it pops. Let me do it this way. It's gonna be this way. It'll pop for sure. Even this on black, you could totally put this on black. Black is not a color that I do have black 14 count Aida, but I find it very, very difficult to work with. That's just me, my personal opinion. But if you can make black work for you and you don't have an issue cross stitching on it, more power to you. This would look great. It's just personal preference. That's all. Life updates. Life has been lifing. Visited my aunt and my cousin over the weekend. It's been really rainy, so I've not been wanting to do anything, going to the gym, getting more blood work done. My cholesterol is good, or the balance, I guess, is good. The triglycerides are going down, so that's good. Estrogen levels are lowering. Oh my god, so it's not as painful to just live my life with endometriosis, so that's been nice. Yeah, cats are good. Shadowfax was on the ground a little while ago. He's hungry, so he's just stalking me everywhere I go. He's stalking me, so he's down on the ground waiting for food. Tyr has getting his shots. His shots are taking well, so that's really wonderful. He's jumping up on things way more than he should. I'm like, you're gonna break your leg, bro. You need to stop. But I mean, it's a cat. What can you do? Let's be honest. You can't do much of anything with a cat. If you try and tell them to get off on the counter, they're just going to jump up when you're not around. But they are enjoying the chipmunks that are out. I've got birdseed in the back, so the birds are out and the chipmunks are out, so they are watching their TV every day for hours at a time. So it's really wonderful. Well, I'm going to wrap it up here since we're almost at the 20-minute mark. Like I said before, if you're interested, my stuff is on my Etsy shop. I'll link it in the description box below. There's no obligation, to buy, but it does support me and helps me keep going to be able to buy more floss and hoops and Aida, because it's really expensive right now. So, but if you have the time, please check out my Etsy shop and my Instagram. It would mean a lot. Like and subscribe, and I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day. Get some stitching in. Bye.